I'd have said the same thing if you said radio. To be honest with you. 7:25, good morning. Friday, May 6th, heading into the weekend, Mother's Day weekend. And I know I've been talking about dismal weather, but we'll see peaks of sunshine over the next 24 hours. That's not a bad thing after all. I have some audio. Let's squeeze some things in here. We have Mike Galimi coming in, and I said he's a political man. He's a politician. They blow hot air, but there might be some there might be some other blowing of air going on, and you'll see what I mean coming up. I'm really excited about this. Also, a free money question of the day will give you a chance to win $100, $200, or $300 in cash. How about how far we've gone with politics? How politics are, it's so intense right now. So a man North Carolina drives a tow truck, and we told the story yesterday, but I now have audio, so I gotta revisit if you don't mind. A woman in North Carolina had a car accident, needed her car towed, but the guy showed up and saw that she had a Bernie Sanders sticker on her car and refused to tow her. His name is Kenneth Shoup. He owns Shoupy Max Towing in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Are you kidding me? Does he really think that the Bernie Sanders supporter is going to rip him off? Well, clearly he does. Clearly he does. Here's Cassie McWade talking about how she was left stranded. She's the woman on the road by Shoup because she supports Bernie Sanders. Here's what she has. The second woman in here is her mother, Kelly McWade, who also pipes in.
I personally believe Mr. Shoupy wouldn't want someone to do this to him.
Or his daughter.
Or his daughter.
Trump's motto is make America great again. This kind of divisive behavior and hatefulness is not what's going to make America great again.
And even the dog agreed.
Yeah. That was Snoopy. No, Shoupy.
Shoupy.
Hang on, Shoupy.
What do we think on that? I mean, this is getting out of control.
Well, I don't think this falls into the category like when you're baking a cake for maybe someone getting married who is gay. And if you don't do it.
It's not based on your sexual, it's based on your political.
Right. So I don't think this is under the guise of, or I don't think this is under the category of discrimination, but I don't know, if you're a business owner and you say, sorry, I'm not going to help you because I don't like something about your look or something you represent. Can you do that? I don't know.
I think you can.
I think you can too.
I think it's probably terrible, and it's not even probably terrible. It's awful. I mean, imagine what comes next. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a Democrat. I see you're a Republican. I'm not going to support. I'm not going to serve you. I mean, if it came to that, we'd have to address it. I mean, this is terrible.
This is terrible.
I mean,
it's like the zero-sum game. I mean, I win, you.
We're not used to this, but I'm going to tell you, our parents and grandparents were, and that is when you were. And look what went on in the 50s with people who would just go to a meeting that was maybe a socialist meeting and thought to be communist. You just by association, you lost your job. So you see people today who are older who don't want anyone to know how they're voting, what party they are associated with. They don't want anyone to know what books they read, right. And there's a reason for that. And we've not experienced that.
Well, and that's the old McCarthy era.
That era
Tail Gunner Joe.
Yeah, it was.
It's terrible.
You didn't want anybody to know, and it's almost like we're coming back to that, where when you don't want to tell somebody who you're voting for. And I don't care. It used to be if you didn't want to tell somebody, it kind of said a lot about you. It said, well, apparently you're into some,
there's a reason you're
right.
not. Yeah.
But now, if you're a Trump fan, I mean, I understand, Jim, please, people who love Trump probably are more so willing to come out. But if you're a Republican and you don't support Trump, you don't want to be asked that question. And everybody wants to ask that question. How many times do we bring someone on who's Republican here, and we have people saying, ask them who they're supporting. Are they going to support Trump? They don't want to answer the question because on both sides it hurts. And the same thing falls true for Democrats. It's so polarized right now where, maybe you don't want to have a bumper sticker on your car because you might not get towed in the middle of the night.
I do think that part of the sympathy we feel for the quote victim here is the fact that she's a woman broken down on the side of the road. If it's a female truck driver who pulls up to Jim Zecca with a flat tire and he's got Trump plastered all over his car, and the truck driver says, "Sorry, buddy, not today. I'm not helping you." We kind of laugh off the story. I think there's a little bit of.
I don't think we laugh at it. I think it would be the same story.
Really?
I do. I think anybody that would not tow someone on the side of the road, I guess maybe the gender issue might make it a little different. But if you're not going to tow somebody based on your political preference, now here's where the question comes in, I think, is when people start towing you based on what bumper sticker you have. All right, now that changes everything. Now that would become illegal. And let's see, somebody writes in here, I have been, and this is true, there is no doubt about this, I've been denied employment and mistreated at work in the past because of my political affiliation. True?
Well,
I'm not certainly denying what this person says, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it where if you didn't change your party affiliation, you wouldn't get a job. You changed it because you needed that job.
My opinion, that's totally wrong. But if someone's ribbing you at
you
work,
think it doesn't happen though?
I'm not saying that.
It does happen,
I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I think that's totally wrong.
But if they're ribbing you at work, that's a different world. If it's workplace harassment,
Right.
Now we're getting into the legal issue all of a sudden.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
If you gave me a hard time because of the candidate that I was supporting,
I'd
brush it
are
off,
an anomaly. Remember, we can do so many things that the average employee can't do. I mean, we bust each other's chops all the time. Imagine if you were doing that in the accounting office and somebody goes to their boss and says, listen, I'm trying to do the numbers, but, Manaski just keeps ripping me on who I'm voting for. I can't take it anymore. It becomes more of an issue. For us, we can always say, that's a part of the show.
Right.
It's what we do. Right? May 6th, here we are. Chad Patino is celebrating today in Schuyler, and Chad gets a cake from the Florentine Pastry Shop on Bleecker Street in Utica. Chad, happy birthday. You can get a birthday on our station by going to our VIP club. Go to WIBX950.com. You can join the VIP club, and you can submit a birthday there, or you can send in a postcard. WIBX Birthdays, 9418 River Road, Marcy, 13403. Manaski will rib us all with the news coming up next on WIBX.